Hello, beautiful family. So today, we're talking about a less thought about or talked about topic. And the topic is when we put out light into the universe, we get light back. And you're like, well, how do I do that? Well, I'll give you just a couple examples. Did you ever notice that maybe one day you were just in a good mood and you're walking down the sidewalk or in a store or something and you just smile for no reason at someone? If you'll notice, if you remember, 9 times out of 10, they smile back. Unless you're in New York or Moscow. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so that's just a little example of you getting back within a relatively short period of time, what you put out. And, for a lot of people, it's like, well, I don't really feel like smiling all the time. Well, then maybe just do it once, and just a couple little examples of that could be, if you're going through a doorway and there's people behind you, maybe just open the door for them. Maybe it's a family, who knows? Let them go. That's good vibes. So you may not even get a thank you, or you may not even get anything in return at that time, but you'll see over time that kind of builds upon itself, and then good things will just start happening in your life, for you, to you. Beautiful things, maybe like that or something else, will just happen to you and come to you. Maybe you're at the grocery store and you have just a couple items, and there could be someone else, behind you, and maybe they have one item, and you're like, well, I have more than you, and maybe you have more items, and you just let them go, and they're like, wow, thank you, because maybe no one ever did that for them, and it's just good vibes. So, and if you've never done anything like this before, I'm just giving you some ideas. So you could maybe try one of these things. It doesn't take much energy to smile at someone. And if you don't feel like smiling, a saying that someone said to me a long time ago that worked for me when I was kind of going through a tough time in life, they said, well, fake it till you make it. And I was like, wow. It doesn't really make sense, but if you're saying that it could work, and I tried it, and it was like, wow, I kind of got out of myself and smiled. I got smiles back, and when you get a smile back, it feels good. It feels good when someone smiles at you for no reason. So then I'm like, wow, this feels so good. So then I started smiling more at people. I started holding more doors open. If I can, I'll let someone go in front of me. If if I have a few things and someone has one thing, or something like that. Those are just some examples. Maybe I'll just say hello to someone, and they're like, hello, and who knows? Maybe that one word helped them to get out of their self. Maybe they had something going on. And then you'll see good things and great things will just start happening to you, and will just start coming into your life, and it amplifies, it snowballs, it spreads. And then, another thing is just practicing gratitude. Gosh, you're even able to watch this video. You have the time. You're not at work, or maybe you are at work. Or you have the device to watch this video on. So you want something better. Being grateful for that is, I'm grateful for that. So then the gratitude just sort of like snowballs and grows and spreads. And then just the more good, whatever shape or form that comes for you, that we put out, it seems like we get it back all the way more, and at different times, like maybe not when we want it or when we expect it, or maybe not in that moment, and maybe not in that form. And although it's great just to not even want anything back, don't even expect anything, just because you want to do good, you will smile at someone or say, hey, how you doing today? Or maybe hold the door for someone. Whatever it is, not because you want anything back, just because you want to do good. And if that in the beginning doesn't come natural, you can fake it. You're like, okay, I'm going to go out into the public and I'm going to smile at one person. And you kind of like make yourself. You're like, hey, whatever. But you do it. Anyway, and then you just do that one day. And then the next day you're like, can I do this? The next day, okay, I can do this the next day. And then maybe the next day you do one thing. Maybe you do two things. And then it's just going to start happening. And then you're not even going to think about it anymore, because then it goes from the conscious to the subconscious. And it just becomes second nature. And it changes us. I know it changed me. And by us changing ourselves, guess what, everybody? We changed the world. And we changed the universe. I love every one of you so much. I'm grateful for all of you.